Goes to YouTube, upload to Restream, where we will live stream it to YouTube.
सजना ओ सजना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया पूरा हुआ मेरा सपना प्यार है सपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया तू ही है अब ख्वाबों में मेरे तू ही है अब ख्वाबों में मेरे छाँव
A very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio.
दे
It's a beautiful, cold Monday evening.
छोड़ ना देना मुझको
While it's 8 p.m. in New York, it's now 9 p.m. in Guyana.
सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा बन के रहेगा अपना सहारा टूट न पाए अब ये कसम टूट न पाए अब ये कसम प्यार न बदले अपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया
A very good evening to Anita Diaram in Florida. Thank you for tuning in. Share with your friends and your family.
तेरा प्यार है दुनिया में
Geeta Rampersad just tuned in.
तेरा
Thanks, my sister Anita Diaram.
दुनिया में तू ना मिला तो मर जाऊंगी साथ रहे हम जन्म जन्म साथ
Hafiza Khan, a very good evening to you too.
जन्म
Oh yes, my
साथ
favorite song to start the show
मुझको
every day
सजना
that I'm on.
ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया 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 मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in on the Ken Rampersaud Show. I'm trying to be on every Monday night at 8 p.m. Despite what, thank God that I'm in my own little cubby hole where I could do my show without any interruption or anything that's going on. Nobody gets to me where I'm at, so things coming to come in the studio. Nevertheless, I am back on regularly. It's cold today and it will be cold tonight and tomorrow. Nevertheless, I want to encourage you guys to bundle up and get ready for more cold. I want to say that on behalf of the Ken Rampersaud Show, I would like to extend my deepest sympathy to the family of the little boy in Lenora, 15-year-old, who passed away yesterday. To the Sardu family, I extend my deepest sympathy to you guys. You know, it's just so sad that we have to bury our children. It's not a good thing, but this is life, and as we all know, that as long as we are born, we have to die. Nevertheless, it's sad when we have to bury our children, or when we have our young children at such a young age who have never enjoyed life of itself. And that's why I encourage people to enjoy their life. This is a one shot deal, like I say. You're not coming back for second crop, and if you do, you may not even know nothing. So again, thank you for tuning in on the Ken Rampersad Show. Also, I want to say tomorrow is Sherry Williams toy giveaway in Richmond Hill, Queens, and it will be at let me see where it's going to be. Sherry is always doing something special. Is going to be 12717 Liberty Avenue in Richmond Hill, and is going to start at 4 p.m., between the hour of 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. And I want to encourage you guys to bring your children, come out between 4 and 6 p.m. She have a lot of gifts to give out, and of course, yours truly will be Santa Claus. All right. And don't forget, if you want to give any donation, you can reach out to Sherry at 917 215 9075. Again, thank you very much for tuning in on the Ken Rampersad Show on Island Zone Radio. And thank you to Kalsa and Emblem Health for their sponsorship. Yes, Sajid Khan, thank you for your sponsorship in making this a success. um, Today, my topic is going to be about AIDS, HIV/AIDS, and the diet that these patients should follow. Um, and you might be surprised that this is the third week I'm doing this show, um, focusing on AIDS. And the reason that I'm doing this, that in 2024, there was a surge of HIV/AIDS in Guyana. I think it's 429 that was reported, and I want to say it has to be more that hasn't been reported. And so, you know, with HIV/AIDS, you have to be very careful and watch what you eat. So I want to tie off today with actually three things, three subject area. The food that we eat, you can eat, that's best for you. um, Also, how can you deal with the stigma of having HIV/AIDS, and how do you deal with people and their negativity, the stigma that comes behind that? How you support your family member, how you could support your family who have been diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. I see. Who else? We have Shelly Lal. A very good evening to you, and thank you very much. Aviza Khan, good evening to you. So let's start. Just before I started this show, someone called me and said, "Ken, I want you to talk about this and be very serious with how serious this is." And of course, back in the days, in the 80s and the 90s, HIV was very, very serious. You diagnosed with AIDS, then it was like a life sentence. With some short time, you die. But like I said, over the years, people have lived to be 10, 20, 30, 40 years with HIV and AIDS, just taking one pill a day, and they've survived all these years. So let's talk about the diet. For people living with HIV, good nutrition is essential. It's paramount. It helps strengthens the immune system, maintain a healthy weight, improve your energy level, and support effectiveness of medication. And back in the days, it's good to maintain your weight now, because back in the days, I got to tell you, when you see people losing weight, people automatically say, "Oh my God, that person have AIDS." Not no more, like I said. And eating a balanced diet, you want to add protein to your diet: fish, chicken, eggs, beans, lentils, nuts, tofu. As Guyanese, we really don't eat a lot of tofu, lean meat. And why? Why do we want to eat that protein? Because it will help repair our body tissues, maintain your body, your muscles, and strengthen the immune system, right? So you have to have your protein. Also, you have to have your healthy carbohydrates, things like rice, especially brown rice, pasta, potatoes, oatmeals for your breakfast, whole wheat bread, quinoa. And, I tell people, let's get into the habit of eating whole wheat stuff, not white bread, as we know that anything white, it's not too good. I mean, food and so on, because you don't want it to lead to diabetes, right? So eat your brown rice, your pasta, your potato, and so on. And this provides energy and prevent weight loss. All right. So let me know how you like the picture, the background, and the studio. I got to tell you, I just get out of bed. I didn't even rub nothing on my face, but the camera have me looking good. And you want to eat healthy fats. Things like avocado, pear, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and peanut butter. And it helps support the brain and nervous function and help maintain a healthy weight. As I said, when you're HIV positive or you have AIDS, you want to try your very best to maintain that weight. Another thing you want to do is you want to add fruits and vegetables in your diet. I know in Guyana, I know here in the United States, people would eat some fruits after they eat their breakfast or dinner or lunch. In Guyana, we really don't do that. We just eat and that's it. But fruits is very good. You cut up your fruits, and Guyana has a lot of fruits. Aim for 5 to 7 servings a day. Excellent source of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to help support our immunity. And it's important to support your immunity. You don't want your immune system. You don't want that anything pass by. If you're HIV positive, you get sick, right? You want to increase food that boosts your immunity. Things like citrus fruits, orange, lemon, grapefruit, green leafy vegetables, spinach, kale, and a lot of callaloo. And I love to put some callaloo in my dal when I'm eating. You put it in there, you cook it, and with plenty jeera, it's gonna help you out. Okay, garlic, ginger, turmeric. All right. Let's see. Carrots and sweet potato, especially if you are diabetic. A good choice to use is the sweet potato, berries, apples, and papaya. And the thing is that with papaya and so on, you could make your milkshake with papaya. You add some essence and some honey, man, you're good to go. One of the things is that sometimes when you're not feeling all of that good, you want to, you don't like water. You want to drink soda and all these things. But we have learned over the years that soda is not too good for you. Water is used in all reactions taking place in your body. It travels through the body carrying waste, oxygen, and nutrients. Moreover, it regulates our body temperature and cushion our joints. You want to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. And people with HIV often need more fluid, especially if they're taking medication or if they're experiencing any kind of diarrhea. um, and one of the things that I do too, as we're talking about water, if you don't like water, what you could do, the bare taste of water, like I would get lemon and put it in my water. I would get some fruits, put it in the water, let it give him that nice flavor. And if possible, you can add a little honey inside too, right? Um, a good source of water is coconut water. As we know, it has a lot of nutrients and so on inside. And later on the show, sometime in our near future, I will want to talk about the benefits of coconut water and so on. Herbal tea. You also ORS, oral rehydration solution, if you're experiencing any kind of vomiting and diarrhea. Sugary drinks, soda, excessive caffeine is no good. You want to avoid that. And I want to tell you too that if you are diabetic, you don't want to drink a lot of soda, right? And I'm not saying that you should not be drinking any soda, but it's best to cut down on these sodas and drink your water, right? Um, Another important thing I really want to talk about, that if you are experiencing any kind of diarrhea and vomiting, and you see it's not going away, and I'm using language that you guys could understand. If it's not subsiding, it's not going away for 2 3 days. Listen, the best thing to do is to go to the doctor and let them order something for you to drink, um, for that diarrhea and for that vomiting. All right, because when you're having diarrhea and vomiting, you're losing a lot of electrolytes in your body. So you want to do the right thing, go to the doctor. I know there's a lot of over the counter stuff that's selling, which is a very good thing, that to stop the diarrhea and whatever it is, right? You want to maintain a healthy weight, like I've said. HIV can cause unintentional weight loss. If the weight is low, you want to add smoothies with peanut butter, oats, and even bananas you could put inside. High protein snacks like boiled eggs, yogurt, cheese, healthy oils that you add into your food. If the weight is too high, focus on smaller portion, more vegetables, and less fried foods and sugar. And as we know, in general, for all of us, we try not to eat too much of fried foods, because that could lead to high cholesterol, blacken up your vessel. Ladies and gentlemen, today for those of you who just tune in, I am talking about diet for people who have been diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. And the reason why I try to tackle every aspect of HIV/AIDS, because I know there is a increase of HIV/AIDS in Guyana. And so tonight's show will seal the deal when it comes to HIV/AIDS. You want to reduce food that weakens your immune system. And I'll say some things that probably you guys like. Things like alcohol, fried foods, excessive salt. Some people like a lot of salt, high processed foods, foods that's in in your containers with a lot of salt and these things. High processed food, raw or uncooked foods like meat and fish, unpasteurized milk, which sometimes could lead to diarrhea. Too much sugar, which can lower your immune response. And I don't want to tell people not to drink. Listen, I'm not saying don't drink, but do not drink in excess. You could take a drink here and there, but try your best not to drink, because from what I see, this alcohol business is something as addiction is not easy. All right. And also with oral supplements, right? Um, you can take multivitamins, vitamin D, B complex, zinc. But I want to encourage you, before you take all these things, because you're HIV positive and you got AIDS, you want to take on any horrible stuff. You want to speak to your doctor first, or buy the stuff and take them to the doctor and see um, if they will agree for you to take it, because sometimes these medication can cause medication interaction. Okay. Also, you manage your side effect with food, with the side effects with food. If you experience nausea, you can eat dry crackers, toast, or ginger tea. Listen carefully. If you're vomiting, or if you feel nausea, you can eat things like dry crackers, toast, ginger tea. Diarrhea, you eat bananas, ripe potatoes, toast. Avoid dairy stuff like milk and high fiber food because with the milk it could cause you more diarrhea. The loss of appetite, eat small, frequent meals, nutrients dense snacks, and if you have constipation, you want to increase your water intake. Eats a lot of food, fruits, and also you want to increase your fibers, right? Food safety is very important when you're HIV positive and when you have AIDS. HIV weakens the immune system, so prevent infection by washing all your fruits properly, cooking your meat properly and thoroughly. Make sure your food is well cooked. Avoid raw eggs and sushi, probably all seafood. Wash your hands before you eat or you prepare any meal, and storing food properly. Hi, Jasmine and Marjorie. A very good evening to you. Rosie Rampersad, a very good evening to you. Derek Maharaj, a very good evening to you and blessing to you too, Derek. All the best and thanks for continue doing the great job that you're doing. Hi, Miss Beli Casino Ryan. A very good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in and continue singing, my dear. So yes, tonight we are talking about HIV/AIDS, and we are talking about some of the food that you can eat, and why I'm bringing this subject to a closure today. Today is like we talk about, this month was AIDS Awareness Month, and as we know that there was an increase of AIDS in Guyana, so I decided to talk about this in detail. And I want to talk a little bit about how do we raise awareness with the AIDS, and how do we help family members who have AIDS. If we have a brother, a sister, a wife, or somebody who have AIDS, how do we really help them? All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's go to another song, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how do we help our family members with AIDS. You're watching the Ken Rampersaud Show here on Island Zone Radio.
You're true.
And thanks for tuning in too, all right? And share with your family members. And I want to say thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my little videos that I share with you guys. It's encouraging because like I spend so much time preparing them, okay? This is Emily Moore, Go Baby.
Why you have to lie? Why you make me cry? I will show you I am stronger. You could go and take her. You find another lover, so me and you is over. Go, baby, go and take she. Why you have to lie? Why you make me cry? Emily Moore, you're true. Thought you love me, baby. Tell me why you lie. Since you leave me, boy, my heart just don't feel right. When their friends them tell me they see you with she, I don't know what to say, but why
Hi, Usha Azimola. I know it's cold where you at in Wisconsin.
you could go and take her. You find out
Rosie Rampersad, a very good evening to you.
you is over. Go, baby,
Thanks for the love.
why you have to lie?
Get some hot tea, Usha.
Why you make me cry?
And thanks for tuning in.
I will show you I am stronger. You could go and take her. You find another lover, so me and you is over. Go, baby, go and take she. Why you have to lie?
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show. That was the beautiful Miss Emily Moore. You were listening to just now, and welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show. I know, Usha, it's cold in New York. What about in place like Wisconsin and Chicago and so on? Tomorrow I will be going to work. Also tomorrow, Sherry Williams will have her Santa giveaway, her gift giveaway, and I will be Santa Claus there tomorrow. So don't forget, if you want to come out tomorrow, 127th Street and Liberty Avenue, right here in Little Guyana. And also on that note, I want to say thanks to Miss Sherry Williams for always looking out for our community. She's always helping here and there. And so today, like I said, in Guyana there is a an increase of HIV/AIDS. And could you imagine that so much people have AIDS, and probably those are that they know about. What about those they don't know yet, right? So we just talk about we just talk about the diet that the people should follow. And so tonight, I know that it's tough when you've been diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, how to deal with it and how family members should be able to help you. And so helping a family member who's living with HIV/AIDS require compassion, understanding, and practical support. Here is a guide that I prepared to help you care for them emotionally, medically, and socially. And I have to tell you that knowledge reduces fear and dispel myths. Understanding how HIV is transmitted, prevented, and treated help you respond confidently. And it's a good thing to know. It's knowledge is power when faced with ignorance, right? And one of the best thing that you can do if you have a family member with HIV/AIDS, um, understanding is a manageable. It's a manageable chronic condition like diabetes. It's not a death sentence. How it is transmitted and how it's not. That's power. Know that if you kiss someone on the cheek or you touch someone with HIV, that you will not get it. Know if you do their laundry, they will not get it. Know if you wash their dishes, you will not get it. Know that with treatment, people can go on to live a long, healthy, and productive life. HIV, and I said, cannot spread by touching anyone. You want to show your family member you want to your attitude also make a big difference in how you're taking care of people with HIV positive. You don't want them to feel neglected. You don't want them to feel unloved. Your attitude makes a big difference. Listen without judgment. Encourage them to talk about their feelings, their fears, and their concerns. Avoid blame, shame, and gossip. Respect their privacy. Never share their diagnosis with anyone unless you have permission to do so. And you want to encourage your family member with AIDS or HIV to stay on track with treatment, remind them of their appointments, encourage them daily to take their medication as ordered, offer help schedule or attending their appointment if necessary. Know the importance of viral load becomes undetectable, meaning they cannot transmit HIV/AIDS. And you want them to get to that place, especially if you're husband and wife, right? You want to promote a healthy lifestyle. You can help promote a healthy lifestyle by eating or help them prepare a balanced meal, fruits, vegetable, protein rich food, staying hydrated. You want to encourage them to drink water, Get enough rest, sleep. Even if you don't sleep, rest. Regularly, you want to exercise, and you don't have to exercise all day. Half an hour a day for 5 days is good enough. You want to avoid alcohol and drugs, and you want to take medication as exactly prescribed. And I want to talk to you about avoid alcohol and drugs. Oftentimes, people think that if they drink and they use drugs, it erases their problems. And I want to tell you that it does not. It probably helped in the moment for a short time. But when you sleep and you wake up, or when you become sober, guess what? The problem is still there. So I want to encourage you, that alcohol and drugs does not solve any problem. It causes a lot of problem. It creates problem in the whole family, and it changes the family whole dynamic. You want to reduce stress. As we all know, stress is no good. It reduces their immune system. Keep calm, support, have a supportive home environment, avoid arguments and putting pressure on the person or your family member who've been diagnosed with AIDS. Encourage activity they enjoy, like listening to music, reading, walking, or socializing, or meeting with groups of friends in the afternoon, especially if you're in Guyana. And I have to tell you, I don't know if they have a group for HIV in Guyana, but if you don't, somebody should start one where you could talk about HIV, AIDS, and so on. You know, practice safe precaution. HIV is not, I want to say, is not easily spread, but basic precautions are good. It's a good practice. Do not share sharp objects like um, razor or needles. Do not shave. Use someone who have HIV shaver to shave you, or if they have a needle, you use it. Then you're putting yourself at the risk of getting infected. If you have to clean body fluids with where blood is concerned, you want to wear gloves. Even if you're husband or wife, you want to wear gloves. Wash your hands after contact. And remember now, regular household contact is safe. All right. Um, and be very careful as a guy if you are going to have sex with someone who just about to have their menstruation or just had their menstruation. And if you do, just make sure you wear your condom, that you don't expose yourself. Many people and the stigma with HIV/AIDS. My God, many people with HIV feel isolated. Speak positively about their condition. Stand up for them if others use stigma or misinformation. Stand up for your family if they got AIDS. Don't let nobody abuse them. Encourage them to live a regular life, a normal life, work, socialize, and pursue their goals. Because, like I said, it's not a life sentence. You could go on to live many, many years ahead, okay? Um, I want to tell you, support their mental health. Because imagine someone with HIV/AIDS. Hey, Dr. Narayan, that a very good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. Um, and also, Tara Singh, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. I am fine, and same to you. Happy holidays to all of you. Now, we all know that if someone has HIV/AIDS, it's not an easy thing. Like just like someone heard they have cancer, they think about death same time. They get frustrated. And but I want to encourage you guys, HIV/AIDS is not a death sentence. And living with HIV/AIDS, I spoke to someone yesterday who has HIV, and he is on treatment for for depression. Of course, there are times that you will get depressed, you will feel down, but don't get yourself stuck there. Don't get put down. Don't feel that way. Know that there is treatment. And I want to encourage you, and Dr. Narayan that will tell you, I want to encourage you if you feel depressed down and you're feeling depressed more than a week, you want to go and seek some counseling. You can start with your pandit or your priest or your magi, or you can even go to your support group or find someone who you can trust. Be patient with mood changes. It may be normal, but if it's going on for some time, it's not. Right? Celebrate the progress, your progress that you've made, and the strength. Help with practical needs. Help with chores when they are really tired. If your family member gets tired easily, and you know with HIV/AIDS they take the medication, they will get tired easily. Help them. Do things that will make them happy, or they will have to drain themselves to get things done. Help with chores, help with meals, organize their medication if they take a lot of meds, and you want to arrange help with them transportation if they have to go to the doctor. You want to treat them with love, dignity, and respect. The most important and powerful thing that you can do is support, right? Support, you want to support them. They need to feel love and they need to feel value like everybody else. If you have a conversation with a group of friends, encourage them to join. Don't have them sit in a room, don't have them sit in a corner. You can't get AIDS like that. Remind them that they are not alone, that you are with them and you will support them. Let them know that their diagnosis that does not define them. They could still move on, go on to be kind and good people, and they could be productive citizens. Build a supportive circle. Spend time if you have AIDS, be very careful with your surroundings. Spend time with people who understand, support, and uplift you. Support group like online, you could do online or in person, trusted family member or friends, healthcare providers who treat you with respect and dignity, and surround yourself with people who are empathetic, who makes a difference, and who treat you like you are important in the world. All right? And you want to protect your mental health. And stigma can lead to guilty fear, shame, or isolation. And you can do things like counseling, therapy, journaling. It's good to write your stuff down. Prayers or spiritual grounding. Go to church. Pray a lot. Self care, exercise. Find a hobby that you like, right? Listen to some music. I always listen to music. You don't have to hold these feelings alone. Share them with someone that's safe, someone who you could trust. And if you have people who always put you down, you want to set boundaries with negative people. Some individuals, no matter what, may remain ignorant or judgmental. And it's okay. You can't change people like that. You can reject harmful comments. You can distance yourself from toxic people. Refuse to explain your private medical history or information with them. Choose carefully who you tell. Your health information, it's your information. It's not for public. It's not public information. Use positive language. The word you use about yourself shape your mindset. And you tell yourself, I am blessed. I'm managing my HIV. I'm living a healthy and a productive life. I deserve respect and dignity. Avoid internalized negative and negativity because there's so many people in the world are so ignorant. Like the other day, yesterday, today, someone said to me, when we are doing the show, people would know that there is some time I'm silent because I'm trying to get people to come and watch the show. I don't want to start talk and then nobody's listening. So because someone saw that I was quiet, they asked me if I'm dumb. And I just delete the comment and I block them. Now, if you have HIV and you feel that you're comfortable in your own skin to speak, start advocating for yourself and your community. Speak out. Support other people who have been diagnosed. Correct misinformation. Being an example of strength and resilience, but it's optional only if you want to empower, if you feel empowered and you want to empower other people. And I told you guys I would find out some of the benefits here in New York, some of the benefits that you can get. I spoke to a client who's HIV and he shared with me. You get Medicaid, you get supplemental nutrition assistant program with food and benefits, you get cash assistance, you get emergency transitional housing, non emergency housing, rental assistance, home care and making service, mental health and substance abuse screening and treatment and referrals, employment and vocational services, transportation assistance, SSI and SSD. And if it deny, you can always apply it. Um, in since 2016, in August the 29th, New Yorkers no longer need to be diagnosed as having clinical symptoms with HIV in order to admit it into the HACCP program. The HACCP program is a program here in New York, and it's for all residents who diagnosed with HIV/AIDS are eligible for case management. Also, from what I was told, if you have HIV/AIDS and you want to live by your family, the government is going to pay half of their rent so they could help take care of you. And so I think that's it for now with the HIV and the diet, how you can advocate for yourself and how people can and you can advocate for your family. All right. Um, let's see who we have. Anita Ishdaulat Ram. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I'm going to play a song and then I will come back and wrap up the show. Okay. Um, let's play another song. You're watching the Ken Rampersaud Show right here on Island Zone Radio. Um, and I over the week, the time coming, I will just write. I will definitely talk about more things, bring more topic to you guys. That's important and that's interesting. Oh na na na, oh oh oh, yeah. Story of my life. Today when I wake up, I tell myself I'm living my life my way. Drink out all of me rum. Live my life and have fun. I'll go drink out all of me rum. No matter what you do, you can't please nobody. You give your best till life, and they still not happy. No matter what you do, you can't please nobody. You give your best till life, and they still not happy. Drink out all of me rum. Live my life and have fun. I'll go drink out all of me rum. What me tell them? I wanna live my life peaceful and so happy. Yeah. Oh na na na. Sometimes you really need to take a step back and think twice. Oh, all right, you're watching the Ken Rampersad Show. Until next week, have a great night, everyone, and take it easy. Um, have a great week, everyone, and bundle up. It's very cold right here in New York. Again, thanks for tuning in and share this with your friends and your family, okay? Thank you very much. You're watching the Ken Rampersad Show on Island Zone Radio. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, share my show with your friends and family. And also um, my little videos that I make with everyday life experience. Please share it to your friends and family. Thank you very much. Hi, Emma. Dear Narayan, a very good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. And you're watching the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. Thank you, Dr. Narayan, that we got prepare a show for the new year. Sabitri Ramsamoja, very good evening to you. Thanks for tuning in. And you are watching the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. And you know what? These are, and Dr. Narayan that will tell you that we put so much efforts in these shows, so much reading, so much editing, and we want you to watch it because it's important. A lot of times you don't get hear people talk about these things. All right. The beautiful Miss Vita Singh out of Trinidad and Tobago.
मैं तो कब से खड़ी इस पार रे अखिया थक गई पंत निहार आजा रे परदेसी मैं देखी ऐसी बातें जल न सके जो बुझ भी न पाती मैं देखी ऐसी बातें जल न सके जो बुझ भी न पाती ऐ मिल मेरे जीवन साथियों आजा रे मैं तो कब से खड़ी इस पार रे अखिया थक गई पंत निहार आजा रे परदेसी तुम संग जन्म जन्म के फेरे भूल गई क्यों साजन मेरे तुम संग जन्म जन्म के फेरे
Thanks, Emma.
भूल गई क्यों साजन मेरे तड़पत हूँ मैं सांझ सवेरे ओ आजा रे मैं तो कब से खड़ी इस पार रे अखिया थक गई पंत निहार आजा रे परदेसी मैं नदियाँ फिर भी मैं प्यासी भेद ये गहरा बात सरासी मैं नदियाँ फिर भी मैं प्यासी भेद ये गहरा बात सरासी बिन तेरे हर सांस उदासी आजा रे मैं तो कब से खड़ी इस पार रे अखिया थक गई पंत निहार आजा रे परदेसी
That's right. You're watching the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. And again, ladies and I want to say thank you very much for tuning in, and I appreciate you watching. And also, Dr. Narayan, that thank you so much for taking the time to watch the show. God bless you and continue doing your work in Canada and around the world. Have a great night, everyone.